Welcome back, everybody, to the Ruthless Attitude Podcast. We are here with the second episode of the podcast. I am here joined by Mr. Def,
What up?
Lunarist,
Yeah.
and Viper,
What's
and
going on,
yourself,
everybody?
your boy, Miho. But yes, today we're going to discuss, the ongoing stuff in the wrestling world, along with some injuries, the upcoming pay-per-views, and, some AEW shenanigans going on. But, yes, how are we feeling, boys? What's going on?
Pretty good.
homie.
Pretty good, man.
Chilling.
Ready to get
Alright.
this episode on the way and talk about what we got to talk about and have some fun during it.
Rah, where's the energy, Viper? Come on.
This man,
Bro.
wow.
Wake up.
I'm gonna reach through this mic and you're gonna see what kind of I'm gonna curb stomp you. Okay,
You
there's your
promise?
energy for you.
You promise?
Oh my god. All right. Well, I'm glad to hear it. For everybody listening, thank you guys so much for listening to the first episode and for now listening to the second one. If you guys do enjoy the podcast, please leave a rating, share it with your family and friends, for those that you think might enjoy it. We're here to have a good time, talk about shit and do stupid shit,
Yeah.
yeah. As of right now, we're only gonna be uploading this podcast on Spotify and YouTube. So for those wondering why we're not on Apple, that's future discussions. But as of right now, we're just on those. But yes, all right. Today's most important topic. I think I'm jumping the gun here very fast because there's nothing else really to talk about. But we have Night of Champions coming up this Saturday, which is the 27th, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
initial thoughts. How are we feeling? Are we excited going into this? Are we disappointed? What's going on? How are you feeling, Def?
I'm very iffy about everything going on. Yes, I understand they have the big reveal of Big Gold coming back, but it's not Big Gold. It's like their own new version of it, but they're going to keep the lineage, and I don't know what they're doing with that. Because they were hyping it up, saying this is going to be the first champion of the belt, and yada, 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 but now they're coming back and bringing back the whole lineage. And then we have the whole Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar match happening, which a lot of people are not into this feud because this feud, let's be honest, it's recycled content. It's John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. They're treating this as the redemption storyline that John Cena had with The Rock, so we're iffy about that. Then we have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline. I feel like they're going to make Sami and Kevin lose just so Roman has 4 belts. If we move on to the next match, then we have Gunther versus Mustafa Ali. I don't see Mustafa winning, so I'm
Hold on. Let me cut you off there so we're just a little bit more organized. Your initial thoughts are you're iffy about it, right?
yeah.
Now, what are your
Good.
initial thoughts, Lunar?
Well, I'm excited. Really, I'm really only hyped up for the championship matches. Cody versus Brock right now is just kind of very one-sided. Like Brock is just attacking Cody every chance he gets. Like it's not. It doesn't look good for Cody. In terms of the championship matches, I agree with Dev that I guess keeping the lineage is kind of weird after hyping up the first champion for the new belt. But at the same time, I think keeping the lineage is awesome. It's cool because it keeps the history alive of the World Heavyweight Championship for not just Big Gold,
Right.
But as far as Mustafa versus Gunther, I feel like Gunther's gonna win this one. Just because dude, Gunther is insane. But in terms of championship matches, I have a lot of hype for the women's titles. And I'm honestly happy regardless whoever wins the Seth Rollins and AJ Styles feud, which by the way says Seth versus Rollins.
Okay.
But
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Viper, what are your initial thoughts? Initial thoughts only.
I'm not. I know that. I'm not excited. I'm not really excited for this pay-per-view. It just the only fight I'm really excited about is the Rollins versus AJ Styles fight. That's it. I can care less about the other ones, but I'm not really too excited for this pay-per-view. It just feels like it just got all thrown together at once, real fast. That's how I feel about it.
Okay, so basically going back to for those that do not know, Viper and I, we are content creators and we do stream around 7 p.m. and onwards, majority of the nights. But yeah, we last night discussed how we felt about this upcoming pay-per-view, and I think we both came to the conclusion of the agreement that this pay-per-view feels very lackluster. It's the build-ups were so fast. Like I'm telling you, most of these fights for the match card, for the whole cards, have been built up in less than a week, if not like barely 2 weeks.
Yeah, it makes
The
no sense.
only long storyline going on is the Sammy and Owens versus the Bloodline and Cody and Brock. But outside of that, Seth and Styles, that's a tournament. There's no really anything behind that. Rhea Ripley and Natalia was very short built. Same with Asuka and Bianca was very short. It was just like a rematch from fucking what happened in the past. And then Becky and Trish was like a build up of 3 weeks. It felt so lackluster. The build ups have been so bad. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm excited as it is because it's a pay-per-view nonetheless. But it's still, the build-ups have sucked, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
feel
like the WrestleMania buildups.
Well, yeah, I mean, nothing's gonna be like the WrestleMania build-ups,
True.
realistically. Those are like months in advance kind of build-ups.
Yeah.
But dude, I wish they would have put more effort into some of these other ones. I feel right now the women's division is a very tricky scenario because the build-ups and just the booking has been all right. Some of them have been really good, but it's been mid at best. And I feel
Yeah.
like, especially with these storylines being so slow and like just no effort, like the women's division needs something right now, and it's definitely this pay-per-view shows it, because these storylines suck. These storylines, in my opinion, suck.
Definitely.
But now let's get into the predictions. Who we think we're gonna win? Who's going off? I'm gonna go one card at a time and then get your guys' prediction on it and why. First one here that we're gonna predict is Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. Mr. Def, who do you think is gonna win and why?
Styles. And the reason being is because Styles right now, he's in a faction. He has a
Yeah.
lot more stuff going on within like the company and what's going on within wrestling right now. Rollins, on the other hand, just signed a contract to be part of the MCU, and he's also scheduled to be out for a few months. So, seeing that going in conclusion, I would think Styles would win.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Lunar, who do you think is gonna win
I
and
agree.
why?
I agree with Def. I think AJ Styles is going to win because Styles right now, I feel like he is on the come up, especially with his faction. Seth Rollins has already cemented himself, I feel like. And while Seth Rollins would make a great person to defend this championship, I feel like Styles right now, with him being in a faction, it's going to build up his faction even higher and get more hype towards him and his other comrades. So
Okay.
yeah,
hmm
that's from me.
Now let me add on to both of you, since you both kind of agreed on this whole thing. Do you guys think AJ winning this is gonna spiral OC into a strong faction that may win even the titles from the tag team? And with the female member Michin, I believe her name is. Do you
hmm
think she was gonna go on and win a women's title? Do you think they're gonna become a powerful faction? Do you see that in the foreseeable future or not?
I do, but I don't think it'll happen almost immediately. Like I think it's going to take a lot of build up in the coming months.
And going
Okay.
on to what I even said last week, I pretty much said the same thing. AJ Styles most likely is going to win this title, and they're going to solidify this as okay, now since AJ is the leader, Mishin is going to be the female of the group, and they're supposed to be adding a female to Emporium. Then now we have each and every one of these groups gaining a female member. So most likely they're going to try to add a female to the bloodline as well, which they got family in those situations as well. So it might set up OC versus bloodline down the line.
Or Judgment Day versus OC. Who knows? But hey,
Yeah.
I like your guys' thinking process. Viper, who do you think is gonna win between Styles and Rollins?
I disagree with both Lunar and Def, honestly, and here's my reasoning. I think Seth Rollins.
Really?
I think Rollins is gonna win it, and yeah, he just did sign a huge deal with, well, maybe not huge, but with the MCU, and yeah, he's scheduled to be out for a couple months. But what if this starts a feud between a small feud again could happen between Rollins and AJ Styles, where Rollins beats AJ Styles, but then AJ Styles wants to rematch, blah blah blah, and then AJ Styles takes it from Rollins when Rollins has to be gone, and then maybe quote unquote injures Rollins for him to be out for a couple months.
You know, that's a great way to put it. I didn't really think about it like that.
You know, because
That's
every single time a wrestler has quote unquote left for a movie or quote unquote left for something, they always accidentally or get injured, not
Yeah.
injured. So this might happen. I mean, again, I would love to see Seth Rollins win it anyway because I'm a bigger Seth Rollins fan than AJ Styles. Okay, but
That's
I
fair.
do like where you guys are headed with the whole faction. I do like that. But if we think about the faction, this just seems like a recycled faction again, though. We've already seen it with the Bloodline. We're kind of seeing it with the Emporium or Imperium, whatever they're called. Like,
Emporium.
I feel like it's just a recycle, but that's just me. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going with Seth Rollins on this one.
okay. I'm personally going for AJ, and I've said it before. I'm gonna say it again. I just feel like how Triple H said when they announced the championship. They're like, we need a workhorse. We need somebody who's gonna be in day out, just doing it. And I feel like Seth is definitely not gonna be able to do that due to his contract with Marvel. And
Yeah.
this, I feel like the best suited person for the win is AJ because he's gonna be able to be there day in and day out, and then this is gonna help launch and just put the OC in different levels as well as AJ being the first dude to get this title, and it's very important to his career.
Definitely.
So
That makes sense.
as per all right, next card we have Cody and Brock Lesnar. All right, Mr. Viper. Who do you think is gonna win and why?
God, I don't know. Again, going off of what I've seen and what I've heard, this just feels like a recycled match. Like they were saying, Cena versus Brock, blah blah blah. I honestly think it's gonna be Cody Rhodes. I honestly don't think Brock Lesnar's gonna win this because I feel like this is gonna try to solidify Cody. Oh, I beat Brock Lesnar. I can beat anybody now, pretty much, because that's what everybody says. I beat the Beast. Blah blah blah. He is not. He is not immortal. He can be beaten. This kind of quote unquote stuff. So I just think Cody Rhodes is gonna be able to put that under his belt. Like I could beat Brock.
Yeah.
If Roman can beat Brock, if Seth can beat Brock, if John Cena can beat Brock, I can beat Brock.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then after this, I think he's going to be gone for a while because he technically, quote unquote, broke his arm. Supposedly. So
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Mr. Def, who do you think's gonna win it?
I feel like it's a toss-up right now.
A toss-up.
Honestly, it's a toss-up because
So you're
it could go Cody winning the match and they just push him forward so he could be well adjusted for a match in the future with either Roman Reigns if he's still the champion, or the rumor is they might push Gunther to win a championship and have him go against one of those at WrestleMania, or they could have Brock Lesnar win, which he's been gaining momentum recently with his new gimmick, especially with him turning heel and all that other stuff. So it's definitely a toss up for me because, yes, I feel like it's going back and forth, back and forth. I don't really know what to think of this match in that situation.
Okay, so I feel like the WWE has done their job of keeping the audience on their toes, and this audience being Mr. Def. Now, Lunar, who do you think is gonna win and why?
For me, I feel like it's gonna be Cody. And my reasoning behind that is because, like, imagine this, right? Just against all odds, he's beating your ass every single week that he gets the chance to, and you just come back and beat the shit out of him in return at Night of Champions. Like, I feel like that is a way to like what Viper said and what Dev said, like just I can beat Brock because these people can, and I did it, so it's possible, But at the same time, he was getting his ass beat, so it could add on to the fact of like, weeks and weeks of torture. He finally snaps.
Okay. Hell yeah. Damn. Okay. Now, all right. Well, honestly, I think Brock's gonna win. I am 100% that Brock's gonna win. I feel like they want to continue this storyline. Like, even though some people are like, "Oh, it's just a repeat," I feel like a lot of people are definitely still interested in the storyline. And I feel like if he does win, there's gonna be more buildup, and who even knows, we might get we could get a title triple threat down the road because of this storyline.
Possibly.
And I don't know. I feel like Brock is gonna take the cake on this one, and it's just gonna further their rivalry. I mean, shit, some rivalries go on for hella months, hella pay-per-views. We've seen it in the past. It could happen again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Brock might just absolutely destroy Cody. Or shit, I might be wrong. Cody slips out a win. But I think Brock's gonna win. I personally want it for storyline sakes, but
Right.
yeah, I may be wrong. Now we have the tag team thing, dude. We have Sikoa and Roman versus KO and Sami Zayn.
Tribal
Oh
Chief.
Lord. Who do you think is gonna win, Lunar, and why?
I'm gonna give it to Sammy and KO. Mostly because I feel like for booking reasons, giving Roman 4 titles would be damn near impossible. It would be cool to see Roman have the tag titles again because it would be his second tag title reign in the entirety he's been in the WWE. The last time was when he was in the Shield.
Mhm.
So it'll be interesting, but I'd say Sammy and KO for that fact of like booking wise, it just wouldn't make sense. Not to mention, I feel this. I don't think they're gonna do it in like this next month, but I feel like they're gonna split the titles eventually. I really do.
The tag team titles you're referring to, right?
Either the tag title, well, not just the tag title, but I was more so talking about Roman's Undisputed.
Well, there's no way they can split. See, that's gonna create such a tricky scenario if that happens, because if they split the titles, that's gonna leave 3 main card titles, and there's no third show, and that's gonna leave the WWE. I know that Triple H hates the Universal title. He said it out, and like I think it was some sort of interview they did with him, and he says he doesn't like it. For all we know, they may drop it, or they might just unify, like genuinely unify those titles, and just make it one single title.
Which they should.
Which they should, because and yeah, I think they will split the tag team more than those major
More
card
than-
championships. Because with
More
the
than
hold on,
likely.
and with the introduction of Big Gold 2.0, that's what's the point of
Small Gold.
splitting those? Fucking small gold. But what's the point? What's the point of splitting those main card titles? But all right, you said Sammy and KO, Mr. Deathshot. Who do you think and why?
I think Sammy and KO are gonna win, but I have this like lingering feeling in the back of my head, like, yeah, they'll let the bloodline win just so Roman could have those 4 titles, and then while he's celebrating his 1,000 days and all that other stuff. But I'm being realistic right now because like Sammy and KO, they have to win this. One, because of what just previously happened on SmackDown with the Usos and Roman leaving the ring when he turned around and he hit Solo Sikoa. He was like, I'm not gonna go fuck with Solo, and I'm just gonna go walk out this ring. This man looked genuinely scared of Solo. so
I mean, shit. Who wants to be enforced by their enforcer? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Right.
So with that happening, I feel like this match is gonna go haywire on the Bloodlines end, and it's gonna set up Roman versus Solo. And then it's gonna force the Usos to pretty much say, hey, we're gonna stick with our brother or we're gonna stick with our uncle.
I
Yeah.
feel like they've been disrespected enough to realize, hey, still, fuck Roman. Let's go Solo.
All
I feel
right,
like
we're
they
having
kinda
technical
realized that.
I was gonna
difficulties.
say, am I the only one hearing the robot?
Yeah, we're having technical difficulties on Miho's end.
Oh no. Are we still having problems?
Uh, is it good now? Start talking, Mio.
Hello?
Hello.
Is it better now?
No.
Viper! You continue!
All right. Okay. So.
Please keep this in. Please keep this in.
Honestly, I honestly feel like they're gonna keep with Sammy and Kevin, but if they don't, like, here's my reasoning why. Here's my reasoning why. They just Sammy and Kevin are such a huge commodity right now. Yeah, they could screw the fans over and say screw you guys, but I don't think they are going to because Sammy and Kevin are such a huge commodity right now, and everybody loves Sammy. Everyone's on that on Sammy's back, and all that stuff. But also, I feel like this is gonna solidify when the bloodline splits up. Where is Solo gonna go? Is he gonna be in a tag match, or is he gonna be a solo entertainer? This is why that's why I think he has a tag match with said Roman Reigns, because I wonder if they're trying to figure out, is he going to be good in the tag team match, or is he going to be good at a solo competitor by himself? Now, I completely agree with you, Def. Like, that whole him bumping into Solo scared the holy hell out of him. Yeah, it did. He didn't want to mess with him.
He said, "Oh shit."
He goes, "Oh shit. I should have worn my brown pants." But like I said, I completely agree with that. I feel like if Roman gets pinned, he's gonna blame it on Solo. That way, it's gonna turn into Solo versus Roman, like you said. I completely see that happening. And then again, with the Usos, who are they gonna, But I can also see it, and I'm trying to keep going, so I don't know if Miho fixed. Miho, you fixed?
Hello?
Oh, he's good. But one more point though. I can see Roman and Solo winning it, and here's my reasoning. Because what if, like you said, Lunar, booking, what if Roman gets booked for 2 different matches, one for the tags and one for the Universal at the same night? This way, he might be able to lose the Universal because he's tired from the tag match.
So, do you think Sammy and KO are gonna win, or Roman?
I think Sammy and KO are gonna win, but I really, really, really have a lot of theories with this one.
Okay, so adding on right now, I think 100% Sammy and KO are gonna win because I feel like alongside with what you guys already said, the thing is, who do I hear an echo from?
It's unanimous.
Not me.
I hear an echo
It's from you, Viper.
I don't hear an echo.
When you know shit, you're not gonna hear the echo because it's coming through you. But I genuinely think that that Sammy and KO are gonna win because if Roman wins this, dude, 4 titles on the man, fans are gonna go haywire. We about to have if John Cena wins, we riot type of moment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we don't need that. And I feel like the last thing the WWE needs right now is to piss off their fans. I mean, they've already been doing it, and granted, they caught on to some of the things that they pissed us off on. But let's hope they make the right decision, not piss off people. Because if he wins and he continues this shit, people are gonna go over to AEW.
Yeah,
A lot of people already are, and with the upcoming stuff that they're doing, last thing we need is a lot of people leaving the WWE for AEW. I mean, granted, it won't be bad, but still, the WWE doesn't want to lose fans. So I recommend that Sammy and KO do win, in my opinion. Now we have Ali and Gunther. Mr. Strong Chops. Viper, who do you think wins and why?
Ooh, Gunther all the way. I don't like Gunther, but Gunther all the way. Because I just don't see. I mean, where did Mustafa Ali come from? I mean, I know he's a good high flyer, he's awesome and everything, but where the hell did this guy come from? Where did this feud come from? Why give it to someone that this feud just started? No. It's gonna be Gunther. He needs to keep his title reign. He's being I think he's a great Intercontinental Championship. I don't like the guy, but I think he's a great champion. And he's only getting better.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Lumiere.
Me?
Yeah.
It's me. I'm gonna give it to Gunther. Like Viper said, I think keeping the title reign for Gunther is very important. Not only that, but I feel like just the chops alone will fucking numb Mustafa down. Dude, I've taken chops before, and that is one motherfucker I would be terrified to take chops from. But nah, I feel like I kind of agree with Viper. Like the feud kind of came out of nowhere, if there even is a feud.
The dude just won the battle royale.
Yeah, that's all it was.
That's
It was just
essentially
battle
it.
royale. That was it.
That's essentially it. So I really don't think I feel like this will spark a feud, if anything, and I don't think Mustafa will win, but I feel like he will be angry about it, and in the coming weeks after that, it'll be heated from there.
So right now his whole gimmick, right, is that he's a positive guy.
Mhm.
Do you think him losing is gonna change his whole gimmick and he becomes an angry ass Ali?
I don't think it'll change his gimmick, but I do think he won't be happy about it.
God, I sure hope it does, because his positivity is really putting me down.
Def, what do you
Nah.
think's gonna win, brother?
I'm gonna have to go Gunther. They're talking about giving him a major push in the coming months. I don't see him losing that title right now. And if he were to lose it, still, it's not gonna be Night of Champions. They're gonna do it at a grander pay-per-view, possibly SummerSlam, but not Night of Champions. Gunther has that through and through.
Really? Okay. Now, I personally think Gunther's gonna win. It's the build-up's fucking out of left field, and Ali winning is gonna be such a major upset. And I don't know where the fuck they would take this storyline with Ali. Imperium's on the fucking rise, Gunther's on the rise. I feel like if anything, if they do have a clash at the castle for this year, I feel like that'd be when he would lose it, or SummerSlam, like Dev said. But I feel like if he lost it at Clash at the Castle, because that's usually in the UK, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be either at Clash at the Castle or Money in the Bank when they're in the UK, because that makes the most sense in my opinion. Some dude's gonna come through that's also from the UK and pull some fucking upset on him. I feel like that's personally what's gonna happen. We can have like a Sheamus comes through and just beats the shit out of him type of deal. But
It's unanimous.
But yeah, I say Gunther's gonna win. It makes the most sense. He's getting that big push, and I don't see Ali winning. It felt like such a pity. It's just to give Ali that whole "Hey, you won something. Here you go" type of deal.
But you're still gonna lose.
But you're still gonna lose. You're gonna be headlining, Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia, but you're gonna fucking get your ass whooped. But yeah, now we have the women's it's a SmackDown title, right? Between Rhea Ripley and Natalia.
Oh yeah.
Who do you think wins? Who do you think wins, Def? And what?
Let's be real. Natalia ain't winning shit. It's Rhea. Rhea's gonna win. They ain't gonna give shit to Natalia. I mean, Natalia even went on a rant on Twitter talking about they're not respecting me, blah blah blah. So just for that rant alone, management's gonna be like, nah, Rhea's gonna friggin' squash you in like under a minute. Watch that shit happen. Watch.
Well, look how fake Natalia looks now. All that plastic surgery shit.
For real.
Damn. Wait. Okay. So okay. At a count of 3, right? Viper, Lunar, and myself. Let's just say who we think's gonna win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee our answer is gonna be the same. 3, 2, 1. Ripley.
Me.
Ripley.
Oh, Ripley. Sorry.
You say me?
Yeah, no,
Fucking
definitely Rhea Ripley for sure.
Definitely Ripley.
Fucking
Yeah.
Viper's gonna come out there with the fucking thong and fucking bikini. That's
With
gonna
the
be
Nikki
lit.
Bella theme song.
And then I'm gonna do the
Yeah.
Rikishi stomp. Let's go.
Motherfucker come out there like Karma.
Vipina.
But yeah, I feel like Viper Lunar. It seems improbable that Natalia's gonna win.
Well,
It's-
do we have any news on if the belts are changing? Because remember, I told you about the picture. I showed you the picture.
Yeah, dude.
Which I have it on my window right now. My monitor.
Yeah. So for those that do not know, if you look at some of the advertisements, the women's title belts, they have this gold around them instead of the typical. What color was it beforehand?
White. So it's white
No.
for the SmackDown.
Hmm.
Now it's gold and black.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So if you
And-
guys go, if y'all go to the Twitter, I retweeted it to me and to Miho, and it's literally black and gold, but with the blue on the side
Badass.
plates and in the middle. It's not this white diamond stuff anymore. And it's the same thing for the Raw. It's red and black
Mm-hmm.
and just pure gold now.
Honestly, I fucks with the design.
Oh, I fuck with it heavily.
We should, we'll see. And as per the title swap, I think that may happen soon. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes the most sense. Bianca's on SmackDown and she has the Raw, and vice versa with Rhea. So I
Agreed.
feel like they'll switch eventually. I feel like personally the reason Rhea's gonna win, outside of her just being the main push right now because mommy day, fucking. I feel like it's that situation where Natalia is gonna have to push over and give Rhea the win, so she gets that credibility. Like, hey, I beat a veteran of the women's division,
So
because
kind of like Theory and John Cena.
pretty much it's just gonna be that version, but
Yeah.
for the females.
Yeah.
At least that's my 2 cents on it. Lunar, what do you think?
For me, I feel like it's early for Rhea Ripley to lose her title. And not to say that hasn't happened before, but at the same time, I love Rhea Ripley as the champion. I love it because she's one of the most dominant women wrestlers right now. And to take the title away from that is just it kind of shows the standpoint of WWE if they do,
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly feel like what you said about John Cena and Austin Theory is just a women's version of that. I agree. And I honestly think that she's just going to retain. And I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I definitely think that
squash
Rhea,
match?
Right. But I definitely think Rhea will retain it. Respect on mommy's name. Put some respect on her name.
I feel like, honestly, outside of that, I feel like if there's one thing they could do to make it different and surprise all the fans, is give Natalia the win and then build an actual feud.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
That would be something interesting.
Like a back and forth thing?
Like a back and forth thing. Yeah, I could see that happening.
I'm about Randy Orton and John Cena back and forth thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, who knows? But yeah, moving on next to the other women's championship, the Raw Women's Championship. We got Bianca Belair and Miss Asuka with the events of Asuka ruining the homecoming celebration in Knoxville, and Bianca going out there to defend who got spat in the face or was about to get assaulted. It was on Raw.
Zelina.
Yeah.
But yeah, doing that. Who do you guys think is gonna win? Def.
I think it's gonna be Bianca. And the reason being for that is because Bianca, they're gonna try to turn her heel. And this is what it's been leading up to. It's what it feels like it's been leading up to. That she's just gonna go heel. And then I think they're gonna turn Asuka face. So it's gonna be a double turn.
That's a damn. That's a good
interesting
take. That's a good take.
That's interesting.
Viper. Who do you think wins? Sorry, excuse me.
Who do I want to win? Asuka, because I don't like Belair. Who I think is gonna win is Belair. I don't like Belair. I don't like her. I'm tired of her whole whatever East Side crap thing, whatever she is. I'm tired of the whole Belair. It's been long enough. Get someone new. But I completely agree with Def. Luna, shut your mouth. That I think Belair is going to turn because it looks like she's going to. It literally looks like every single episode she's getting closer and closer and closer to turning face. I really do. Which actually, if she really does turn face, I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love that part.
Do you mean heel?
Viper? Heel, whatever. Sorry, heel. Yeah, sorry. Whatever. She's gonna turn her face around. You know what I mean? 360 it.
Ain't that just snapping her neck?
Oh my god!
I'll get back to you on that one. But which I actually will like. I think.
All right, moving on. Lunar, who do you think is gonna win and why?
I'm gonna double down. I don't really like Belair. Yes, she's from Knoxville, and yes, I live near there, but I don't like Belair as champion. She's already broken the record for the longest title reign in the women's division. I feel like her time is up. I do agree that she will turn heel, but I don't think it's gonna be in the way of her holding the champion. I really don't think she's gonna hold the championship while doing so. I feel like Asuka has the upper hand right now. And I feel like it's going to stay that way. I don't see Bianca winning this. I really don't.
So you give it to Asuka?
Yes, I give it to Asuka because I don't see Bianca winning that.
I feel like they're gonna try to continue her reign. I just think that during the match, Asuka's gonna pull that miss shit out of her ass, and someone's gonna get hit. It's gonna be the fucking ref, or it's gonna be her. And
Or it's gonna be me.
some crazy shit might happen.
Friendly
DQs.
fire.
Someone may get DQ'd. Someone may, but it's gonna be an interesting match. And if they do involve the mist, I feel it's gonna create a an instant classic type of match because they're both really good competitors. Asuka's a
Yeah.
really good striker. Bianca is really good technician. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Bianca. Continue that reign. I feel like she should lose it through Money in the Bank or at SummerSlam. Now we have the final match that we last one we need to cover. We got Becky and Trish. Now, Viper. Who do you think wins it and why?
Honestly, I don't know.
Oh shit.
I honestly don't know what this one is. It's so who I want to win. I don't really care because I don't really like either one of these wrestlers. I used to be a huge fan of Trish Stratus, but not anymore. Like it's just that her days are come and gone. But if I had to give it to somebody, it's gonna be Becky Lynch because it's just like with the whole Ripley versus Natalya. Becky beats Trish. She puts that on her belt. I beat one of the greatest women's wrestlers of their generation, champion of the women champion.
Mhm.
Like to put that on your belt that I beat Trish Stratus, it would be huge. And then we all know Becky Lynch and her personality in the WWE. She'll brag about it for a year to come.
Yeah.
She'll be. I'm the person that beat Trish Stratus. Give me your respect. That type of shit.
Acknowledge me.
There you go. Thank you. Acknowledge me. There you go. So that's just how I think about it.
Now Lunar and Def. What do you guys think gonna win? Go Def first.
Trish.
Trish. Explanation or you just Trish?
The explanation is they have Trish beat Becky. Becky gets hurt. When Becky gets hurt, quote unquote, that's when Lita comes back. And then they have another round of Trish versus Lita at SummerSlam.
Ooh.
They have that happen.
Wait,
Wait,
what?
what? They have that match happen again. Then it's their last hurrah. Once that becomes their last hurrah, they could go out into the sunset, both doing on their own terms and not just leaving because they were forced to leave.
Okay. That's I didn't think about it like that, and the way you put it, that'd be a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Lunar, who do you
For
think's gonna
sure.
win and why?
I say I haven't really been following Becky and Trish much. I saw the small clip from like I guess if you want to call it a conference where they were in the ring signing the contract
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, but I haven't been following it really. I say Becky just because I love Becky Lynch. But I don't really have too many reasonings outside of just that. Because like I said, I haven't really been following it too much. I feel like Viper right now. I haven't done my homework.
I did too.
Now, honestly, I wanted to come into this like prediction saying Becky was gonna win, but now that Def provided his insight of what he thinks is gonna happen and him believing Trish is gonna win, I'm with him now. I think Trish is 100% gonna win. I feel like this is gonna set up, a whole. I beat Becky. Now I deserved your, thank you, Trish. I deserve your acknowledgement or whatever the fuck that it is. And, I feel like this is gonna set up for a surprise return from Lita, and this is gonna create a whole new storyline. And I feel like that's where it ends right there between those two, and that's why I think Trish is gonna come out victorious, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Def. I believe Becky was gonna win. Now I think Trish is.
You changed his
Right
mind.
here.
Now,
You're-
okay, go for it. Where is it?
You're a brainwasher, Def.
The media sent you to brainwash me. But now we got to continue. We Dev slightly spoke about it earlier. The big gold legacy being continued and officially being, the new championship continuing the legacy of Big Old Bitter's Dev, what do you think? You hate it? You like it?
I mean, it just ruins everything they were saying, and that's the only reason I hate it. Is because they were hyping it up so much that this tournament is going to be whoever is first to hold this title is going to be the first champion of this lineage. They were saying this lineage as it was a whole new spectacle, new spectrum, and now they're come out and say, okay, so yeah, everything from WCW and everything from Big Gold before, that's all gonna count. And I'm just like, wait, what? You just said this is gonna be the first champion, and now you're going back on what you said. So it makes no damn sense. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I'm totally just tuning it out at this point.
Dude, I'm gonna piggy up back off of what you just said. You guys know, you boys already know, Big Old is my favorite championship. I fucking love it. And they came out saying this new lineage shit, and then now we're here with, hey, this is Big Gold 2.0. It's like, what the fuck?
Twice removed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like
Sync.
it. Big Sync, yeah, dude. It's like they just slapped a big W on it, and they somewhat made it look like Big Gold. It's fucking stupid. I personally already don't really like it.
I don't either.
As it is. But
Yeah.
the fact that they came out with these promises, they said this and this and that, I'm like, okay, I'll give it some fucking chances. And then they
Right.
proceed to backtrack and say, oh no, it's continuing the legacy. It's fuck off.
Like,
That's how I feel.
Yeah,
For
no.
real. How do you feel, Lunar?
I feel you on that. Like the lineage stuff, like I guess it does suck they're backtracking on the promise, but at the same time, I'm glad they're keeping that legacy alive, so to speak.
Mhm.
And in terms of the design itself, I like it doesn't look like Big Gold. It just looks like some knockoff version that you would find on Wish or eBay. But for me, I feel like if for the design, I feel like if they went with red on the sides instead of the weird like silver gems they have, it would look like 20 times better. But at the same time, like the big W is a no-go for me. I like them, but I dislike them. I feel like they look like giant toys when you put this when you slap the big W on them like that. In terms of the lineage, it's just kind of like it's cool, but you're backtracking. Like just stop.
Yeah. What do you think, Viper?
I hate the way it looks for one. I'm not going to go into the whole design. But I don't like it about the whole lineage, but I do like it at the same time. I don't like it because obviously the WWE, they're backtracking, there's nothing new there. And this doesn't give these superstars a real reason, like, oh, I'll be the first to hold this, but now you're really not going to be, quote unquote. But at the same time, since they are keeping the lineage from way back when, everyone else holding this, superstars could literally say, I'm holding the same belt as quote unquote this person, or I am better than the person that actually held this belt back in the 90s.
Yeah, you can say,
You
oh,
know,
I held
You
this
can say
belt.
so much more now with this belt, with them keeping the lineage, but at the same time, as us fans go, well, no, because that's the old one, or that's a new one. That's not the same Big Gold. We're gonna say that's wrong, but they're gonna be able to say, all the superstars are gonna be able to say, oh yeah, we're better than Goldberg that held this, Triple H that hold this, like that kind of stuff. So
Okay. Well, moving on with Goldberg, you just mentioned it. I don't know if a lot of people saw it, but Mr. bangs his head against fucking walls in the locker room. Had a little incident. And Lunar knows best. What did he say?
So essentially, it was a tractor injury. Like he freaking injured himself on a tractor. He had a big gash in his head, and he called it a flesh wound.
I want to know, if he calls that a flesh wound, what happened to the tractor? What does it look like? I'm just saying, like, what does that tractor look like?
Okay.
Because I'm looking at the flesh wound, Lunar, and this just looks like a cut from a knife. I'm not even kidding you.
It looks pretty bad, but at the same time, Goldberg is one tough SOB. So he just called it a fucking flesh wound, and I'm over here like, sir, you're gonna need 14 staples like Balor. Like that's not
like
that's not just a flesh wound, dog.
I mean, is the tractor gonna be okay? Was it warranted? What?
Right.
Fucking A.
They're split in two.
John Deere doesn't have warranties for those incidents.
I swear to God, Goldberg's the wrestling. The rest is the oh my God, I forgot the name. So never mind. I can't say it. Yeah,
Keep
no,
going,
I
Viper.
forgot his name. No.
Oh my God, no! So the reason I wanted to add this little part for those wondering, I'm like, why are they talking about Gold? Well, Mr. Viper here loves Goldberg. That's his favorite wrestler. And I thought adding it in would be a little.
He's the Chuck Norris of wrestling.
He really is.
Goldberg's the Chuck Norris memes of wrestling. I'm sorry for cutting you off, Miho, but that's why I just remembered it. He's the fucking Chuck Norris of wrestling. Okay? He calls this a gash, a wound. It doesn't hurt him, and yet there's no pictures of the tractor.
Listen for. God damn it, bro!
Sorry, I'm just saying. Hashtag love tractors, damn it.
Dude,
Fucking
fucking
the tractor.
Goldberg's a cool dude. I just, for me, in my opinion, Goldberg's just he hurt
like-
the Undertaker, so I slightly hate him.
Dude, I'm like 10
Hey,
degrees warmer
whoa!
now. I'm like 10 degrees warmer now.
Now, but moving on to a more in-ring, injury. Two female wrestlers got injured here recently. Mercedes Moné, I think that's how I say it.
Monet.
Moné. Mercedes Moné, also known as Sasha Banks, for those that do not know. She got injured over at the New Japan Wrestling Resurgence thing, and
She broke her ankle.
dude,
She
It
actually broke
sucks.
her.
I didn't hear about the Sasha Banks one.
Yeah, she broke her ankle coming off the top rope. Is what it says.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
That
what led to
sucks.
Willow Nightingale becoming the new
Yes.
New Japan champion.
Wow.
So, but she does promise a full recovery, and that she's going to be back.
It's supposed to be
better than ever.
between like 12 to 14 weeks. So
Yeah.
in my opinion, dude, like it fucking sucks because she just kind of joined into New Japan not too long ago. I feel like that injury, it's detrimental. It's gonna really hold her back because that when you initially join a company, I feel like your push is astronomical.
Yeah. So
And something like this comes along,
Yeah.
and now something like this comes along, dude. It's fuck. I feel bad for New Japan and how they're gonna be able to handle it. I feel really bad for her. Speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Hope everything goes well.
Yep.
That blows, man.
Yeah, it does.
that's
it sucks.
but
Yeah,
if
no,
anything, they will probably pull a Kota Ibushi treatment on her, because Kota Ibushi used to get injured a lot in New Japan. He would hold the heavyweight championship, and then he would get injured, and then he would hold it again, and then get injured.
Yeah.
So
He's like
it's-
Finn Balor. Got it.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Essentially.
But he's
Here- but
but he's like the equivalent of their wrestling god. Like they only go to him. He's like their Super Cena. He's like their Undertaker. They always pushed him to the very edge. Every single G1 tournament, G1 climax, they would always have him win. So he would either go against Okada to go for the championship, and it would be either Okada winning or it would either be Kota winning. So yeah,
I do want to put on the fact that some people, whoever listen, for all you guys that listen to this, that Mercedes Moné actually did continue the fight a minute after she knew she broke her ankle. She got power bombed twice to get to it.
Dude,
Twice.
respect.
Dude,
Hey,
that's
like that right there to me. I wouldn't. She didn't. She could have just stopped the match,
yeah.
but she didn't. She did it for
Yeah.
the fans, and she did it to keep the story alive.
That's crazy.
So to
dude.
me, that is like just holy crap. Sorry. I just watched someone get. I'm on this page, and I just watched a wrestler get thrown from the top Hell in a Cell through 10 tables.
God damn.
But sorry, it's an advertisement. To me, that means a lot for her to go through all that, to still go through
Yeah.
that, to be power bombed twice with a broken ankle.
I wish her all the best. Speedy recovery. Now the second wrestler who got injured not too long ago, it was May 12th. SmackDown was Liv Morgan. It was the women's tag team match between Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Dakota and who was her partner? Was it
Io
Sky?
Was
I
it
think-
Bailey? I thought it was Bailey.
I thought
Was it Bailey or was it Sky?
No, it was Bailey. It was Dakota. It was Kai and Bailey.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, actually, Kai and Morgan
There
got
you go.
injured.
Yep.
They
I was-
both got injured, and Liv Morgan's injury actually reportedly needs a surgery. And Dakota's they're announcing that her injury might be a lot worse than they thought. So we're gonna have two really good competitors out,
Yep.
and I feel
Hey,
like this hurts Liv
Dude, that
Morgan's push.
sucks.
Yes,
This
it
hurts
does.
Liv Morgan's push. It hurts Kai's push because they realistically they were on the come up. You
They
know,
were.
Damage
Oh,
Control
yeah.
doing a really good job for Kai's career, and Liv Morgan having this push with Raquel. I thought it was gonna hit heights that we had never seen for tag team women.
Mhm.
But now with this injury coming along, it's like fuck, man.
She tore her ACL, so that's at least a year. That's
Yeah.
at least
rough.
almost a year.
Yeah, and now
You
they
don't come
just-
back from that right away.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
rough.
And then what? Liv Morgan did a shoulder, I believe it was.
Mhm.
Yeah, an injury which is probably going to need surgery. So
And-
she's going to be out for 6 months most likely.
Now
What is
they're
it, Def?
talking about Sol Ruka from NXT. She tore her ACL.
Really?
So there's a lot of injuries going around with a lot of wrestlers right now.
Yep. And
It's
those are the
just-
latest.
These are the latest ones, dude. It's just, I mean, we all know this sport is very unsafe at times.
Yep.
Granted,
Yeah.
they do things to make it safe, but injuries are gonna happen, and I feel like these injuries to these two female competitors will definitely hurt and just stagnate their momentum. This leaves Raquel, you know, since she had to vacate the titles, now she's set up for a fatal 4-way tag team match, and she has a mystery partner.
Ooh.
Mm.
So, who do we think is gonna be that mystery partner? Who do you think, Def? Who do you think is gonna go back her up?
Uh,
It could possibly be what's her name? Ariana Grace, because it happened in October of 22 and she was hot going in NXT. She went surgery, she did her rehab. Her rehab is ongoing and it's around the same time period. So, I would say Santino's daughter.
Okay.
yeah.
Who do you think, Mr. Viper?
Honestly, I'm gonna have to agree with Def on this one. It makes the most sense right now.
Okay. Do you, Lunar? Who do you think?
I honestly don't know. I'm gonna go with agreeing on Def's part here because I really can't think of anybody right now.
That's good. That's honestly good enough in my personal opinion.
Yeah,
for right
seriously.
now.
Yeah, honestly, I can't really think of anyone off the top of my head other than
Like who are they
Grace,
gonna who are they gonna push? There's
Right.
no one that comes off the top of my head right now
exactly.
that they're gonna push.
Now, here's okay. What's that one chick? Def knows more because you know he watches NXT a lot more than me. What is that? The women's NXT champion that they brought up? That they called up. What's her name?
Oh,
Dev?
you're talking about what's her name? Roxanne.
Do you think? Because we've seen Roxanne and Raquel in the Royal Rumble ring, and they're really good competitors. And I don't know why, but I feel like this is where she can get in. Is she better from her injury? Is she like, or is she still injured?
She's still semi-injured. They don't know what's going on with her because she collapsed in the middle of the ring. That's the reason why she had to vacate
That's
the
right.
NXT
I
title.
remember that one.
And I remember my brother was like butthurt because he bought tickets to go see her live, and that happened. But it's just I don't see that happening because like she was the last Ring of Honor champion. She goes in, loses the title at AEW. Then she goes to NXT, wins the title, but now she has this undisclosed injury that they're not talking about. And it's the same thing with Aaliyah. She's injured too. She's been injured since October of 22, and it's an undisclosed injury. So I don't see anything happening with that. There's a lot of people that have been falling like flies, like Nikita Lyons. She has a torn ACL. And
What about Mandy Rose?
Mandy Rose, she's not coming back. She's stated that she's not coming back. She's
Yeah,
made
no.
more than her contract than on her what's it called, her fan site than anything. She just made a video with Paige Van Zandt.
Oh, sure.
Okay, never mind.
So yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
So I'll be right back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
no.
Viper. I'm gonna tell your wife. No.
My wife might listen to this, so shut up.
Don't rat me out. Don't rat me out, please.
Now, so I wish all the best to the competitors that have gotten injured recently. It's a lot of them, and hopefully it's a speedy recovery,
Hopefully.
and they're able to come back into the ring because they're all really great competitors. I enjoy watching them all, and yeah. And speaking about competitors and returning to the ring, Drew McIntyre.
Oh God.
Great segue.
Thanks. I've been working on it. Now, his future. What's going on, man? He's no longer in WWE advertisements, right? He has his Twitter blacked out, and now with the unfortunate news that his sister-in-law has passed away.
I don't know.
Boys,
I don't.
That is a rough situation.
right? Like, you don't know if you're gonna return to this company. It's weird. I don't know what to say because Drew McIntyre as of right now is one of my top 3s from current wrestlers. I love him.
Out of time.
That's his old intro, dickhead. But him no longer being in some of the advertisements just displays that he's not coming back, and that's unfortunate. I mean, granted, if he does come back, in my opinion, I think he's gonna go to AEW. It makes the most sense. And I honestly, that would make the most sense where he would go. But what is he gonna do right now if the passing of his sister-in-law is gonna affect him? Because we don't know. Some people say, "Well, it's just his sister-in-law." Motherfucker, you don't know how close they are. So
Right.
I think
That's-
honestly, this and this is gonna suck to say it this way. This is perfect timing for him technically, because since he's leaving the WWE, this is gonna get him to step away from wrestling for now, focus on his wife and his family, and then to decide later what he's gonna do.
Mhm.
So you think he's gonna have a break for now?
Yes, because of this. Now again, sorry I said it like that, y'all. It sucks saying it like that, but that was the only wording I could find right there.
Yeah.
It sucks that his sister
Yeah.
died, and my condolences to him and his family.
Sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law. So
Sis-
yes, thank you.
Yeah.
My condolences to him and his family.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think this is the break he needed to figure out what he's actually going to do.
I feel like this lets him have a clear head.
There you go. Exactly.
Because,
Yeah.
when someone passes away, you kind of just fucking forget life. You forget what's going on and you focus on that very moment, what's going on. In this case, the passing. And I feel like once that's all, said and it's all done, he'll be able to have a clear head and decide, do I stay with WWE? Do I resign? Or do I go with these other promotions?
AEW, go to AEW.
Yeah. And I'm gonna add on just a little bit. From what I hear, he's not re-signing.
Mm-mm.
So
He stopped
going
picking
off
up
of-
the phone.
Right. And from what Viper said, I feel like this will give him an opportunity to kind of think about certain ideas of like, will I return to wrestling after this or not? And honestly, me personally, I don't think he'll return to wrestling. I really don't after this, after his contract's up. And if he does, maybe AEW could offer him something. But at the end of the day, even then, I don't think he'll sign with AEW. If he does, it would be interesting. But I really
His
don't
last,
see it.
honestly, his last few matches, it didn't seem like his heart was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I beg to differ. In a way, because he was wrestling alongside Sheamus at WrestleMania.
True.
Cool.
I feel like that's the only match. That's an exception to what you just said. But it definitely looks like he's fucking fed up.
Yeah.
I feel like they used him, they pushed him, and after Clash of the Castle, it all went fucking downhill.
Oh, completely.
Yeah. And with Sheamus, I mean, Sheamus and him are best friends, so it makes sense why his heart was in it with Sheamus.
Of course, it's like if
You
you
know.
and I wrestled, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, but I'm still gonna shake your
Please
fucking hand.
don't.
No, 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 no. Give you a choke
Sit
slam.
on me and win. That doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
What do you think, Def Man?
Honestly, I just think that he's not gonna resign. I think, he's done everything that he set out to accomplish within WWE. Now it coincides with him not picking up the phone anymore to well, I would say like 95% of the roster, they were saying. And then also on top of that, he's not answering to management anymore. He stopped picking up the phone. They took him off of advertisements, blacked out his Twitter, his sister-in-law passing away, and then supposedly he has an undisclosed injury as well. So
My
it's
God.
just a lot of stuff going into this. Plus, he didn't get time to fully comprehend and mourn also for Jay Briscoe, because him and Jay Briscoe were actually very close. And
Oh yeah.
when he passed away, he asked for time off to go to his funeral, and they did not even give him that. So it's just one of those things now where it's now a repeat of what happened before when he left WWE. His mother passed away. He took time off to re-energize himself, fall in love with wrestling again. He goes to another company. I know Viper wants him to go to AEW, but I think he'll go to New Japan. New Japan is on the rise right now. There's a lot more talent going through in their developmental system, and then it also leaves room for him to make sporadic um appearances in Impact, AEW, and just go to any company he sees that they need him, because New Japan is not afraid to contract out their wrestlers to another company to use them for certain matches and segments. It's one of those things where they'll be like, okay, this person is a good fit for this segment. This person is a great fit for to wrestle this person at this event. I mean,
Mm.
they were even okay with keeping a WWE wrestler champion up until Wrestle Kingdom. So
I hadn't even thought about New Japan being an option for him. That seems like a good fit too, honestly.
yeah. So I just feel like that's what's gonna go on and happen at that point. I feel like it's either between AEW, New Japan, or the runner up would be DPW, which DPW has also been on the rise too with JTG as their champion.
Well, great takes, y'all. Speaking about AEW, we have Saturday Collision going on. That being announced in their logo. A lot of fans may realize that, and a lot of people did already realize that AEW's Saturday Collision, their logo and representation
Oh my
look
God.
a hell lot like WCW Monday Night Nitro TNT.
It's
It
spot on.
does.
It's spot on.
Oh yeah.
Like it's 1-to-1, bro.
Eric
Like-
Bischoff is pissed.
Oh, yeah,
I
which
can
is
imagine.
amazing.
I mean, I would too, bro.
But
It's
like, what?
It's the whole thing of, hey, I'll let you copy my homework just to make it look the same. Like,
Exactly.
And no, they made it look the exact same.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the wording that's different. And I 100% understand why Eric Bischoff would be angry. That was his fucking company, man. That's what he
Right.
helped run. And in my opinion, come on, AEW, do better.
Do better.
Like it looks spot the fuck on. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's nuts, dude.
I think they did. I feel like they did this. They did this on purpose.
Oh yeah.
They do a lot of things to spite WWE on purpose, bro.
I feel like they did this part on purpose. Like,
Well, hold on. AEW Collision's on Nitro, on TNT, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like TNT did this to spite WWE, and AEW was like, "Fuck it, we're in."
Essentially.
Yeah.
I can
AEW's
see
try
that.
Not to mention WWE challenge is getting harder and harder these days. Bro.
I can honestly see that. I can literally see that them saying that. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's nuts, dude.
I mean, I'd understand. WWE has their contracts with Fox and what's the other
USA.
fucking network?
USA.
USA Network, and probably TNT's a little butthurt. They're like, "What about us? Fuck you
Actually,
guys."
no, because now they're talking about leaving Fox and USA because they've been shopping out SmackDown, and they're talking about removing it from Fridays. So the rumor is TNT is also interested in having WWE on their channel. So
Oh,
if
shit.
that
Dude,
happens,
what-
it has
Oh,
both.
shit.
Whoo!
Yeah.
You know, okay, with you saying that, you know what you just sparked into my tiny little brain? What if TNT, shut up, bitch. What if TNT monopolizes and just turns into the wrestling network?
That would be
And
cool.
they own all of them.
Could
That'd be
happen.
They're
sick.
gonna
Could
start
happen.
collecting wrestling programs like Infinity Stones.
Right, dude? Next thing you know, we're gonna have New Japan on there and all these other territories. Like, why the fuck? Why is Backyard Billy fighting on here? What the fuck's going on?
The guy
But
that goes,
I
fuck
mean,
this shit, and then just jumps into random shit.
It would be cool. I feel like it would be cool though, because then everybody would know where wrestling is. You know what I mean?
oh hell yeah, dude.
Definitely.
But-
it would be the channel for wrestling. That would be great.
I feel like honestly, alongside with the fucking logo, the fact that AEW Collision, the whole thing with issues with CM Punk. What the fuck?
Okay,
I wanted
so-
to add that on, Miho. Apparently, CM Punk is cleared for Collision.
He's cleared for Collision, and then they just announced today that the very first episode of Collision will be taking place in Chicago at the United Center.
Yep. So CM Punk is cleared, and he is debuting Collision in Chicago.
I mean, listen, from a marketing point, 10 out of 10.
Yes.
But for Texas
Chicago.
wrestlers.
Right, but you know, it's a Chicago wrestling legend. You know, CM Punk. Everybody fucking knows CM Punk
Better
in
than
Chicago.
Detroit, so.
Chick Magnet Punk, baby.
And they have announced that a major comeback has appeared for Chris Jericho to fight at Collision, and that comeback is Sabu.
Fucking Sabu,
Taboo.
Yes, sir.
dude. Honestly, amazing. But
yeah.
going back to what I initiated this topic into, do better.
Do
Yeah.
better!
Yes.
Honestly, it's crazy how much AEW just has small mentions and like Easter eggs towards WWE. Like it's very clear they're the competitor, but at the same time, I feel like they can't go a whole promo without mentioning something about WWE.
For sure. For sure.
Like
Oh,
it's
fuck yeah.
it's crazy. Obviously, I
Dude.
mean it's entertaining because it gets the crowd going.
Listen,
But-
if there's one thing about wrestling, and we all know this, promos, there's no such thing as crossing the line because the line
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
Absolutely.
Remember, dude, remember the whole Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins thing? And he started talking about
Yes.
the kids, bro?
Yeah,
said,
and
"Hey,
Matt
Matt,
Riddle
you
drops
still
an
there?"
F-bomb in the promo. Where the fuck are you?
Okay,
You weren't happy.
segueing. The third hour of Raw potentially becoming adult rating.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
You don't think so?
No, how is that gonna? How are they gonna do that? The kids go to the show.
Ah, true.
How are they
Um,
gonna do that? Are they gonna say, okay, if you bring your kids, you better watch out because
the fuck out.
the first hour is gonna be rated R.
Well, already
Listen,
when
bro.
you buy tickets, it states already on your ticket, if you buy it online, that whatever is said or happens at the show, they have no liability. It's all on you.
No, yeah, that's
Yes.
true. Yes, they can do that. But then what's gonna like the third hour Raw? I just don't see that happening, honestly.
But like,
Which they're-
okay, go for it. My bad.
They're planning on doing it for SmackDown as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just Raw. I don't know if the plan for SmackDown is to have the adult rating for the third hour, but I feel like if they do, what Dev said definitely will go into play, and the parents can't do anything about that. You know
I
what
would
mean? 'Cause
love
it's-
for this to
it's-
happen, though.
But my
oh, me
question is
too.
this: I'm excited, but the thing is, how the fuck are they gonna make it adult rating? Are they gonna keep having one of those sex scenes like they did back in the 2000s, in the middle of the ring? Like, is that what we
Imagine
consider? Yeah, are we gonna call that adult, or what makes it adult? Like, explain.
Okay,
would
so what
say-
they considered adult back then was the language that they used, the
Yes.
blood, the type of matches that they were having. So bra and panties matches, 3 minutes of joy matches, male versus female matches, more stuff that AEW is doing now. AEW is pretty much what WWE was back then. It's
Yes, and I've said
more
that multiple
attitude
times.
era. It's more ruthless aggression. It's more, okay, we're gonna do these type of matches that we know WWE ain't gonna do. We're gonna do death matches. My favorite example for a death match, Chris Jericho versus Nick Gage. I was there present
Yeah.
at that match. They used a pizza cutter to slice this man's forehead open.
Oh my god. Because like I saw a thing. It was AEW versus WWE. Oh my god moments, and AEW's reminded me a lot of what WWE used to be back then. And they were showing a lot of the newer WWE stuff where everything's a lot safer, less blood and stuff like that. But AEW was just all out bloodbaths, like a horror film just went on. But like you said, it's like previous Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression Era type stuff. And honestly, if WWE does bring that back, I feel like having the third hour will help. With that, because that's when, because I feel like a lot of the OG fans who buy tickets or watch the show, they're going to be like, yeah, this is what we want to see, so we're going to wait around and see it, and we're going to enjoy the show onward from before as well.
Okay, so adding on to that, right? Like, if that whole hour becomes a whole segment of a lot more extreme shit, in my mind, it's gonna bring back two things, right? If they bring back those fucking thumbtacks, I am gonna be fucking excited.
Ooh,
The
God.
thumbtacks, the inferno matches, the fucking tables on fire, all this crazy shit. If that's what it means by adult, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Now, if they see phenomenal ratings off of this singular hour, let's say, right, we put these 3 hours in perspective, right? And let's say this hour that's adult rated with all these matches, if it does phenomenal comparison to the others, what if they revive something like ECW again?
That would be awesome.
I would want it. I would
Yeah,
say give it to me
absolutely.
full send.
Yeah.
I want to see Hulk Hogan covered in blood part 2, but with like Brock Lesnar again.
Yeah, and
Dude,
then even Hulk Hogan has spoke out now saying that he enjoys AEW's product, even though he's banned
Yeah.
from the show. I mean,
Yeah.
he enjoys AEW's product and he wants to see more of that product. He loves how they're doing things. He said it reminds him of older WCW. It reminds him of older WWF.
Yeah.
He said it feels exciting because you don't really know what's going to happen next.
Dude, hell yeah. Hello? Like, didn't who was it? What match was it that had the exploding barbed wire death match? It was Johnny
Moxley.
Moxley and Kenny Omega, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so. Yeah.
Dude, if we see shit like that, bro, I mean, it's fucking hard to watch for those that are like don't like blood. But
Yeah.
holy shit, is it entertaining?
Oh yeah.
Dude, yeah. I heard
Like,
the
if-
first like explosion match like for AEW just like went off the rails, and it just like it wasn't even all that. Like obviously the hype for it was there, but like I heard the explosion, just like fireworks went off in the corners, and that was it.
Bruh, it was a sprinkler.
That's hilarious.
It was
No,
a
Realistically
sprinkler.
speaking, that match fucking sucked. But the barbed wires as the ropes was kind of fucking cool.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've seen they put barbed wire on like the tables and shit. That shit looks rough.
Mm-hmm.
Like I couldn't imagine. Like John Moxley definitely is getting a lot more what's the word I'm looking for? Not injuries, but like he's definitely getting a lot more extremist stuff happening than he ever would have in WWE.
For sure.
Like it's
Hell
crazy,
yeah.
man.
All right. Well, I think we have covered all the topics here today. Everybody, thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast. If you guys are listening over on YouTube, please leave a like, comment, and check out everybody's stuff, man. In the description, there is links to our socials. And if you guys want to keep up with, individually, let's say you're like, oh, I like Def, his stuff's there. If you like Lunar, his stuff's there. You guys like me, which you probably won't. It's on there. Viper, same thing. Make sure to leave a
Lie to
like,
him.
comment, and subscribe. And yeah, dude, we'll be uploading another episode on Thursday next week. It's gonna be a Thursday thing, But yeah, if you guys like it, leave a rating, comment, do the whole thing. Help
Make
us
us part of
support
your
us.
weekly schedules.
That part, makes part of your schedule. And yeah, check out our socials. We're gonna put out more stuff. Not just the podcast. We're gonna upload like little things going on. Images, stuff. We're gonna be a lot more interactive. So stay tuned with us. Thank you guys so
Yeah.
much for listening. We love every single one of you guys. Boys, any last words?
No, have a good night, everyone.
I have
Ruthless
one.
attitude.
My only thing left to say is I'm going to be adding this to a poll, and pretty much with that poll, it's pretty much gonna see if all of us are going to be getting AEW, the video game, and we're gonna be going against each other.
That will be fun. Are we gonna create characters?
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, I'm down.
I'm gonna bust your face open. Trust.
Please no. I'm gonna
Bar-
slam you through a barbed wire table,
I'm
bitch.
gonna kick every single one of you in the nuts.
All right, y'all. Well,
Bye.
Bye.
that was it. Later.